All right, let's go. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michael Music, and today I have a special topic, and it is around self discipline. And I wanna start this speech off just talking about one major point, right? So this is something that Jim Rohn says himself, and he says success is really only just a handful of things, right? At the end of the day, the people that are incredibly successful, they just do a handful of things. Now it's a handful of things that most people are not willing to do, right? Most people don't want to do, and most people haven't yet developed the habit of doing, but it really comes down to just doing a handful of things. Now, even furthermore, I'd like to emphasize the fact that, Jim Rohn says, what's easy to do, right? A lot of this stuff, it's easy to do, but it's also easy not to do, right? So I'm going to talk about, a couple self-discipline habits today and just the idea of what self-discipline is. I'm going to talk about some certain habits that absolutely have changed my life. And then I'm going to additionally, talk about just having, the self-discipline to only focus on what you want. Okay. And that's going to be really important key right there. Right. So the whole conversation today is around self-discipline, right? This is absolutely essential, right? It doesn't matter what you want in this world. Doesn't matter what you want. The people that are going to end up making it, the people that are going to end up making it, actually getting what they want, are the people that decided, what? I got to become self-disciplined. I got to start working on following through on my word and doing the things that I know I got to do, right? Because Napoleon Hill says this himself. All success is just having the right habits, right? You are your habits essentially, right? So you want to work on having the right habits, and that's going to require some level of self-discipline. All right, so let's talk about real quick. Wait, what is self-discipline? Okay, so self-discipline is this, right? It's the ability to give yourself a command and follow through on it. Okay, let me repeat that. Self-discipline is the ability to give yourself a plan and follow through on it, right? It's following through on your word, doing what you know you gotta do. Okay, and one of the best ways that I actually was able to learn about self discipline was just going to I was thinking, okay, who are the most self disciplined individuals in the world, right? And I would say maybe I haven't found them yet, but a good shot that I thought of was, okay, let's talk about people in the Army and people in the Navy SEALs, right? Because one thing that I really love about the military is that they really focus on dialing in on creating the right habits, creating the right self-discipline, right? So that when the time comes for war, you're ready. You are hardwired to be disciplined and be ready for times of stress and chaos and so on and so forth. Right. So one thing that I did when I was in college was I actually started studying, Navy SEALs. I started out with David Goggins. I started studying I think his name's Joe Flacco, right? The author of Self Discipline Creates Freedom, right? And that's in a whole nother rabbit hole that I can go down, and I actually might in a bit. But these Navy SEALs guys, right? They work on these simple habits, right? Think about it. The Army makes you, gets you to develop this habit of just making your bed every single morning, right? And I know that doesn't seem like a big habit that it's going to change the world or anything, but I'm telling you, it is going to change the world, right? Your room that you wake up in every day, right? That's your mini world, right? You want to keep it clean and organized, and you really want to have, the right habits in place so that you're getting up when the alarm clock goes off. Okay. And I'll talk about the 5 a.m. club in a second, but what I'm saying is this, right? What I love about the military is they teach you, how to become disciplined. This is going to serve you in every area of your life. And now I'm actually going to talk about that guy, Joe Flacco. I hope that's his name. He actually wrote this book. It's called Self Discipline Equals Freedom. This is critical because at the end of the day, a lot of the things that I want to do, a lot of the things that I do every day is so that I can get to a place of freedom. And the truth about freedom is this, right? The price of freedom isn't free, right? You can't just declare freedom and get it, right? If it's not until you truly have developed the self-discipline where you absolutely can take control of your life. You can take control of your thoughts and what you do and think and act, right? And just, Brian Tracy says it, like eating that frog every morning, doing the hard task first thing in the morning, right? That's when you start to all of a sudden start experiencing that freedom that most people are looking for, but they're not willing to pay the price for, right? So self-discipline is absolutely critical. Now, I wanna shift the conversation here to certain, self-discipline habits that have absolutely changed my life. And the first one that I want to talk about is simply the 5 a.m. club, right? It's simply the 5 a.m. club. Now, many people may be thinking, why would I ever wake up at 5 a.m.? Right? What's the benefit? What am I going to do during that time? Right? And my answer to you is you gotta, like Wallace C. Wallace says, it's not about doing certain things, it's about doing things in a certain way, right? It's not about waking up at 5 a.m. and scrolling on Instagram, right? I don't even touch my phone until like 2 hours after I'm up and ready for the day, right? I'm focused first 2 hours of my life every single